Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another video. Who would win between mugger crocodile and the leopard seal? Two aquatic apex predators from two different parts of the world. Mugger crocodiles are from mainly the South Asia. They live in freshwater, primarily in India, and they can grow up to 5.63 meters long and can weigh up to 700 kilograms. They can also swim at a whopping 19 kilometers per hour, which is rather impressive. And they often hunt fish, different crustaceans, as well as turtles, different mammals, and reptiles. On the other hand, the leopard seal or the sea leopard is the second largest species of seal in the Antarctica, next to the elephant seal, and it can grow up to 3.8 meters long. And the heaviest females, well, because the females are bigger than males, the heaviest females can grow up to 600 kilograms. The top swimming speed for these guys are 40 kilometers per hour. They hunt a lot of cephalopods, other pinnipeds, krills, fish, birds, particularly penguin. Anyone who has watched Happy Feet would probably know. Here is a size comparison between them. So let's look at their weaponry and defenses first. So both of them primarily fight with their bites. That's what their primary weapon is. Pretty much only weapon is. Like, yes, the leopard seal can scratch. Yes, the crocodile can do a tail hit, but both of those are very negligible weapons, so primarily they would be fighting with bites. And the leopard seal's teeth can grow up to 2.5 centimeters or almost an inch. The bite force for leopard seals, the most reliable account I could find, is 1300 newtons or 400 psi. Their skin, along with the blubber, is 6 centimeters thick. Now let's look at mugger crocodile. Mugger crocodiles have a teeth length of 7 centimeters. By the way, all crocodiles have asymmetrical teeth, so they have different lengths of teeth. When I say 7 centimeters, I'm talking about these teeth. So the biggest teeth are 7 centimeters. Same goes with the seals. When I say 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters, I am talking about these ones, not these. These are even smaller teeth. These ones are 1 inch or sometimes 1.5 inch, but I couldn't find any proper record that shows that. So 1 inch is more reliable. On the other hand, the crocodiles have 7 centimeters or 2.7 inch teeth, which are usually the big ones. Not all the teeth are 7 centimeters. Next up is the bite force. Crocodilians have extremely powerful bite force among animals in general, but this particular crocodile has 7,500 newtons of bite force or 2,000 psi, which is really impressive. In terms of their defense, mugger crocodiles have skin that is 0.6 to 2 inches thick. Along with the skin, they have a bony armor underneath that, which is called an osteoderm. Osteoderms are these little bony scutes which are distributed all over the body of the mugger crocodile, or in general any crocodile. So that protects them from a variety of attacks whenever they get attacked by tigers, leopards, and on rare occasions saltwater crocodiles, because sometimes saltwater crocodiles do venture out into the locations where mugger crocodiles usually survive. Now granted, there are instances of tigers killing mugger crocodiles, but that's usually the smaller mugger crocodiles, not larger mugger crocodiles. So their back armor, or the osteoderm armor, is really good at stopping piercing type damage. Whereas if you look at the leopard seal, their bodies are very well designed to prevent crushing type damage, because they have a lot of blubber that can get squished instead of getting crushed like a bone. So very different type of, you could say, armors, and Different head shapes. Obviously, the crocodile has a more elongated jaw, which allows it to grab bigger prey animals because it usually hunts much bigger animals than the leopard seal does. So it has a much more robust, compacted jaw, which is for smaller prey animals. But yeah, that's the difference. So who takes what advantage? Leopard seal takes advantage in swim speed. They're faster at swimming. They take advantage in agility. They take advantage in stamina because it's a mammal and it has been observed endurance hunting certain other seals. So definitely they have the stamina to do something like that. And because they're mammals, they have much better stamina regeneration. So that's why it's getting the stamina. And thicker skin and blubber. If you compare simply the thickness of skin, yes, the leopard seal has thicker skin than a crocodile. However, the crocodile has harder armor. So this is why the armor goes to the crocodile. Along with that, obviously the size, because it's about 100 kilograms heavier. Endurance, because crocodiles can take way more beating and continue fights than a mammal can. Crocodiles can have their tails ripped apart, they can have their arms ripped apart, legs ripped apart, even part of their jaw completely removed, and still continue to survive and thrive and, attack other animals. So due to that, I give stamina to the seal, but endurance definitely goes to the croc. And the two biggest advantage are bite force, obviously. In this case, the croc bites way harder, and bigger teeth. So crocodiles have much bigger teeth, at least the biggest teeth, compared to the seals. So with that out of the way, who wins? Firstly, what are the win conditions? In what situation one wins and in what situation the other wins? So for the seal, the primary way it can win is if it can tire out the crocodile. If it can bait and switch attacks, causing the crocodile to miss its lunges repeatedly, eventually building up enough lactic acid inside the crocodile that it completely tires out, and then going in and biting the throat, because that's the only area that the seal can realistically do some damage. So that's the win condition for the seal. However, for the crocodile, the win condition is that it simply needs to bite the seal anywhere. Whether it is the flippers, because the crocodile's immense bite force and terrifying large teeth, if it bites the flippers or the head, it is an immediate game over for the seal. Like simply one bite to the head would immediately crunch the skull. And even a bite to the flippers would greatly reduce the mobility of the seal, which is basically what the seal has to rely on in this fight. Because the croc can afford to play defensively because they have so much armor. The seal is not biting anywhere here. Maybe underneath where the throat is. Anywhere else, not that much. Biting over here or here or here isn't going to do anything. Like even a tiger, which has much bigger canine, nearly 4 times the size of a canine than a leopard seal, cannot puncture these. So no, a leopard seal is not doing much damage to the croc from the back at least. Maybe on the throat where the armor is not present, but not on the back, definitely not on the skull. Now, I did mention that the leopard seal is more agile, so can it land a bite on the throat when the crocodile is not fully exhausted, or can it dodge as many strikes from the crocodile? The problem with that is, look at how big the crocodile's head is in comparison to the seal's. So if the seal comes to bite here or here, the crocodile can easily grab the seal in one of its vital areas, either the fins, the throat, the belly, the head, all over the body. It's not much defended. So it does have the agility to escape attacks and definitely swim around the croc, but it really doesn't have any way to damage it. And due to that, I believe the crocodile is more likely to win this confrontation compared to the seal. It is a bit bigger, it has way better defenses, way better offenses, and simply the seal lacks any severe advantage to give it a victory. Now, I'm not saying that it will be 100% of the time. Certainly there could be conditions where the seal can win. It can tire out the croc by baiting attacks and biting the throat, but more often than not, it will be the croc biting the seal on the head or somewhere other than the head where it's vital, and ripping chunks out and killing the seal. By the way, thanks to Hodari Nandu for this beautiful art, and that's the video. Thank you so much guys for watching. Sorry in advance because the update schedule might be terrible again. I apologize up ahead because, sorry guys, I have to travel for work again, I know, but I will try my level best to get a video out. If I can, I will absolutely post a video maybe somewhere in the week, and if I can't, I will try to be back as soon as possible. And let me know in the comments what videos would you guys like me to do next. Let me know what you guys think about this video, if you think the outcome I described is not accurate. And as always, like, share, subscribe, and